before we dive into the top 5 most iconic Hera meltdowns, let's remember who this goddess actually was: someone who didn't take disrespect from mortals, gods, or illegitimate children. Hera was the queen of Olympus, wife and sister, of Zeus, the ultimate boss of the Greek gods. But more than just Zeus's wife, she was the goddess of marriage, family, and fidelity. Ironically married to the most unfaithful being in mythology. It's like the patroness of marriage ended up married to the human embodiment of Tinder. Now you might be thinking, wait, if she was the goddess of fidelity, why did she freak out all the time? Easy, because she took her role very seriously. And every time her husband cheated, it turned into an emotional war of mythological proportions, complete with shape-shifting, stalking, and the occasional transformation of rivals into animals or rocks. Hera didn't do therapy. She did trauma. Divine, ancient, Greek trauma. And now that you know the goddess, let's begin the top 5 moments when Hera said "I'm done" and took Olympus down with her. It all started with a golden apple. And no, not the edible kind, the dramatic kind. At the wedding of Peleus and Thetis, the goddess of discord, Eris, crashed the party and threw in an apple engraved with, "To the fairest." 3 goddesses went into full passive-aggressive battle mode: Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. But since Olympus HR refused to get involved in the mess, a mortal had to judge: Paris, Prince of Troy. Each goddess offered him a different bribe. Hera, in full Olympus CEO mode, promised power and political dominance. But Paris went with Aphrodite's more romantic offer, the love of Helen, who was stunning and also married. The result? A 10-year war. Yep, it all started because of a bruised ego. And if you think Hera just let it go, think again. She turned jealousy into a war plan. She sided with the Greeks and sabotaged the Trojans in every way possible, from pushing heroes into battle to using her own body as a distraction. Yes, there was even a seductive trap. She seduced Zeus using a divine glam-up, heavenly perfume, and Aphrodite's legendary love belt. All just to make him nap mid-war while she gave the Greeks an extra push. Summary of the meltdown: lost a beauty contest, responded with cultural genocide. Spite? No, darling. It's Hera. Yes, Dionysus wasn't even born yet, didn't even have a name, and Hera was already fuming. Why? Yet another child out of wedlock, of course. At this point, Zeus had more scattered offspring than Netflix has original series. But the last straw came when he got a mortal woman pregnant, Semele, young, beautiful, and 100% innocent. Until she crossed Hera's path. But the goddess of marriage wasn't the type to throw a public tantrum. She preferred her revenge served cold, and disguised as advice. Dressed as a sweet old lady, yes, give her the Oscar. Hera paid a little visit to poor Semele. She sat beside her, all friendly, and casually dropped a poisonous question.
Are you sure that guy is really Zeus? I mean, if he was, wouldn't he show you his true divine form?
And just like that, Semele took the bait. Pregnant and dazzled, she thought it'd be romantic to ask her magical boyfriend to show up in full thunder god glory. Zeus, who had sworn by all things Olympus to grant her any wish, had no choice but to go through with it. The result? He showed up in all his blazing celestial power, and instantly incinerated her. Cut to Hera, probably watching from a box seat with a glass of wine. Just another Tuesday on Olympus, another one of Zeus's affairs. This time, the target was Io, a priestess of Hera. Yep. She literally served the goddess, and still ended up as Zeus's latest crush. Rough. But Hera, she knew the game by now. She smelled betrayal in the air, or maybe just hay, and decided to make a surprise visit. Zeus, caught red-handed with his mistress, improvised with the subtlety of a thunderbolt.
Her? Oh no, she's not anyone, she's just a cow. Yeah, a white cow. A gift. For you.
Yes. He turned Io into a cow in front of his wife and tried to pass her off as a romantic gesture. Absolutely wild. And Hera? She smiled, pretended to buy the lie and said something like,
"Ah, how thoughtful. I'll take great care of her."
Cut to reality. Hera chained up Cow Io and assigned her a hardcore security guard. His name? Argus Panoptes, a giant with 100 eyes all over his body. 100. Meaning that while some eyes slept, others stayed on watch. Io didn't even get a break for REM sleep. Argus's mission was clear. Keep an eye on the cow 24/7 so Zeus couldn't rescue or reverse the transformation. Textbook passive-aggressive control. Aesthetic of the punishment? Flawless. Suffering of the victim? Oh, absolutely. Hera's final touch? Cold, calculated cruelty. With eyes on every angle. Hercules was barely born, still in the diaper, warm milk, post-nap snuggle phase. But to Hera, he was already a living offense, the product of Zeus's affair with the mortal Alcmene, who had the bad luck of landing on the most unfaithful husband on Olympus' conquests list. The goddess of marriage, always so rational when it came to revenge, decided to deal with this problem in the most motherly way possible, by sending 2 killer snakes straight to the baby's crib. Yep. No couples therapy. Hera thought it'd be better to go after a sleeping newborn. But, as in every good hero story, the plan backfired hard. Baby Hercules woke up, saw the giant snake slithering toward him, and strangled both of them with his tiny, mythically buff little hands. And that was just the beginning. Hera, humiliated by the failed reptilian assassination attempt, took on a new life mission: destroy Hercules. The child grew up, became strong, heroic, full of potential, and Hera was right there, rooting against him. She's the one who cursed him with madness, leading to the tragedy where he killed his own wife and children. A crime that sentenced him to the infamous 12 labors. We've reached the peak of the Olympian soap opera. After countless betrayals, illegitimate children, and ridiculous shape-shifting stunts, Hera had had enough. Being the cheated-on wife was no longer sustainable. It was time to become CEO. So she organized a celestial coup, calling in Poseidon, the grumpy brother-in-law who lived for drama, and Athena, who always had a soft spot for revolutionary chaos. This power trio plotted a takedown worthy of a political fantasy series. Step 1. Knock Zeus out with an Olympian-grade sleeping potion. Step 2. Tie him up with unbreakable magical chains. Step 3. With the throne empty, Hera takes full control of Olympus. And the plan actually worked. For a little while. Zeus was out cold, all wrapped up in chains, probably snoring in thunder and dreaming about his next nymph, while Hera was already rehearsing her Queen of Everything speech. But then came Thetis. Yes, Achilles' mom, who just wanted peace, realized this coup was spiraling. So she called Briareus, a giant with 100 arms, built like a tank and loyal to Zeus. Briareus showed up, cut the chains, and freed the big guy. And Zeus woke up absolutely livid. The punishment? Oh, it was subtle. Hera was suspended in space with an anvil tied to her ankle. Basically a floating mythological mobile of shame for the whole cosmos to see. Teaching moment? Not really. Budget Turkish soap opera scene? Definitely. And yet, she stayed married to him. Because on Olympus, toxic marriage is just another Tuesday. And that wraps up our tour through the mythological meltdowns of Hera, the goddess of marriage who turned jealousy into foreign policy. Fair? Maybe. Intense? Absolutely. Unnecessary? Never. Now tell us, which one of these divine breakdowns feels the most you? Drop it in the comments, send this to your most dramatic friend. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because here on Mythology is cool, when everything goes wrong, it's always Zeus's fault. See you next time.